Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be testing out and reviewing the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. This is a product that I've been dying to try. I don't know why it's taking me so long to finally get my hands on it and test it out for myself because it gets amazing reviews. A lot of people seem to love this foundation, and so I finally decided, you know what? It's time for me to try it and see what all the hype is about. So this full coverage cream retails for $39 US and it comes in 12 different shades. I had to actually buy two. The first one that I bought was medium tan, and then once I swatched it on my hand, I don't know what I was thinking. It's a little bit too deep. So I went and I also purchased medium, and I'm gonna be using both of them in order to try to get a better match. You get just a little bit over your typical 1 fluid ounce. So you get 1.08 fluid ounces worth of product. It has expiration dates, so instead of shelf life, it has the expiration date listed here along the bottom. This one here has an expiration date of November of 2020, and this one October of 2020. So if I like it, I have until next year, late next year, in order to use it all up. It is also paraben-free and cruelty-free. So that is the basic information. As far as what it does, this is supposed to be a product that is like 7 products all infused into one. So this one product is going to serve as a full coverage foundation, as your SPF, as your anti-aging serum, as your color corrector, as your primer, as your concealer, and as your moisturizing day cream. It almost sounds too good to be true, but we shall see how it wears throughout the day. I haven't moisturized, I'm not gonna do any color correcting. This is supposed to serve as a concealer as well, so I'm gonna apply it underneath the eyes to see how well it conceals under the eyes and how it wears there as well. And yeah, I'm excited, so let's get started. So as far as how to use it, the website does state that you should apply 1 to 2 pumps of the cream directly onto the skin using a makeup brush. It also states that you should focus on parts of your face that may need the most coverage first, such as the under eye area or around the nose and mouth, chin, center of the forehead, all of which typically require color correcting for uneven skin. I definitely color correct the under eye area, so I think I'm gonna just kind of start in the middle and then work my way out with this cream. So it says 1 to 2 pumps. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use 1 pump of each of the shades. So 1 pump of the medium tan, which is this one right here, and 1 pump of the medium. All right, so this is going to be medium tan. And this is medium. Oh, I didn't get as much medium. There it is. Okay, so now I'm gonna mix them together. I feel like, yeah, I think that's gonna be a good match. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the under eye area. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do this. Let's see here. Around the nose. I do have some redness around my nose. That just always happens. I'm gonna work my way out. This is different. All right, so as far as coverage, this is definitely full coverage. I really like the way that it blended out. Now, as far as concealing the under eye area, it could be because I am blending with a brush. So let me try to grab it with my 3D HD blender here and apply it on to the under eye that way. Okay, so I definitely like the sponge for the under eye area. It looks really good, and I'm getting a lot of coverage. All right, so far this side I feel has a lot of coverage. I feel like my skin still looks like skin, which is definitely a plus. However, because this is a cream, I think it's definitely going to settle underneath the eyes. So I am going to be setting it. But before I do anything else, I'm going to zoom you all in so that you can see what the before is. I also kind of just wiped a little bit off here so that you can see, you can compare it and see exactly how much coverage this is giving me underneath the eyes. I'd say it's not bad, especially for it being like just a cream. It's not an actual like heavy duty concealer. So yeah, I'm gonna zoom y'all in so that you can get a better look at the before and the after. Okay, so this is the before. As you can see, my skin is pretty uneven. And this is the after. All right, and this is the before and the after underneath the eyes. But as you can see, it's already starting to settle in between my fine lines, so I'm definitely going to set it. All right, so let's keep going on the rest of the face. I really like the smell of this. It smells citrusy, but in a good way. All right, so here it is. This is what it looks like, and I really like the coverage. I really like the coverage. It does feel a little wet still. It's kind of going away, but not completely. So I am gonna set the face with a little bit of powder, and like I said, I am also going to set the under eye area in order to try to prevent the cream from settling into my fine lines, which I can see it already is. And I'm just setting it with a little bit of my RCMA No Color Loose powder. Per usual. You see, like my hair is sticking to my face, so definitely gonna need to set it. Okay, so I did set the entire face because I couldn't deal with the stickiness. It's gone, feels a lot better, still looks great. So far, so good. So now I'm simply going to jump off camera in order to finish off the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. Okay, so now I am back, makeup is done. I really love the way that this looks. I love the way that it feels, especially once I set it. It definitely did change the way that it felt, and it just feels a lot lighter. It doesn't feel as heavy as it did before. The only thing that I can say is that I'm not too sure how it's gonna wear underneath the eyes. Right now, I'm getting a ton of coverage. It looks great, but because of everything that is infused into the product, like the moisturizer, like the serum, like the SPF, I just feel like it might wear a little heavy underneath the eyes. And by that, I mean that it might settle in between my fine lines. So as far as my skin goes, I tend to get a little oily here along the T-zone, and I'm normal everywhere else. Like I said, I did set this cream in place, so hopefully it doesn't absorb everything as far as the powder. It doesn't absorb all of the powder and get really oily on me by the end of the day, but we'll find out. We shall see how it wears. It is currently 11:35 in the morning. I do plan on wearing this the entire day, and I will be coming back halfway through the day in order to show you all some close-ups and to talk to you all a little bit about how the product has been wearing up to that point. So I will see you all back here in a few hours for my midday check-in. Okay, so now I am back from my midday check-in. It is currently 3:50 in the afternoon. So I've had this product on now for a good 4 hours. Now before I jump into my midday thoughts and opinion, I'm going to zoom you all in so that you can get a better look at the product on my face after about 4 hours of wear. Okay, so we're gonna start off with my left side. This is what this left cheek currently looks like. And as you can see, the product is still in place. Nothing is worn off. Everything still looks pretty even. And I have the same situation over here on the right side. One thing that I did notice though is that it is settling into the sides of my nose. Right here and right here. The product is collecting there for sure. And this is the current situation underneath the eyes. I feel like I'm still getting coverage, just not the type of coverage that I prefer. So it doesn't look great underneath the eyes right now. And last but not least, the smile lines. I feel like it's still maybe settling just a tiny bit, but nothing too noticeable. So there you have it. That is the current situation after 4 hours. I will continue to wear this for perhaps another 4.5 hours just to try to give it a full day's worth of wear. So I will see you all back here at the end of the night for my final thoughts on this IT Cosmetics cream. Okay, so now I'm back for my final check-in. It is currently, what time is it? It is 8:05. So I've had this foundation cream product on my face now for about like 8.5 hours or something like that. So it's been you know, not a long day, but it's been a full day's worth of wear. And I must say, I'm not, you know, I'm not disappointed, but there are some things that I definitely have to point out. So before I jump into that, let me zoom y'all in one last time so that you can get a better look at my skin with the product after 8.5 hours of wear. Okay, so this is my left side. As you can see, nothing's really changed from my midday check-in. Everything still looks great and intact and nothing's moved around or worn off there. And the same goes for my right side. Now, as far as my forehead, I don't believe that this made me incredibly oily. I did set it with a powder at the beginning of the day, so that could definitely be the reason why. However, I do notice that there is a little bit of settling in between these lines right here, my little 11 in between my brows. Just, you know, when you make different facial expressions, they tend to crease up there, or it tends to crease in there. That's what I've noticed there. Now, along my nose and my mouth, the product did wear off, but I don't necessarily expect anything, foundations or powders or anything, to really stay put the entire day along my nose and my mouth, just simply because I do tend to touch my nose and my mouth quite often, you know, especially when I eat, and just throughout the day. It happens, so I don't expect it to. What I was mainly looking for is whether or not the product would settle here in between my fine lines, and I think it kind of did. Very little though. Yeah, a little bit up here, and then I kind of see a little line up here. So nothing too noticeable, but it did settle into my smile lines just a little bit. And last but not least, the under eyes. It settled big time. It separated. Even though I set it, it's still settled in between my fine lines, and it just didn't stay. It didn't stay put, as you can see. It just doesn't. So there you have it. That is what I'm left with at the end of the day, and I can definitely see why a lot of people love this product. However, for me, this isn't just the one and done product. I feel like I need a corrector, like an actual corrector, and I need an actual concealer, because underneath the eyes, it just did not wear well for me at all. Also, next time that I wear it, I think I will go light. I think I won't use the 2 pumps. I'll probably just use the one in order to get the entire face, because I feel like I did use a little bit too much, and that could be why it settled in between my fine lines here and here. But overall, I mean, it stayed matte. I did set it at the beginning of the day. If y'all remember, I set it with a powder, so that could be why I did stay pretty oil-free throughout the day. But the good thing is it didn't absorb all of the powder and get excessively oily on me. So that definitely was a plus. It looks great. It feels fine. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't look heavy. And I like it. I also like the fact that it is infused with great ingredients, such as the anti-aging serum and your daily moisturizer and a primer, and also you get some sun protection in this as well. So those are definitely all pluses. But as far as color correcting and concealing for me, at least underneath the eyes, no. It did do a good job at like concealing. I had some breakouts here earlier on in the week, and so there was still a little bit of redness. I don't know if you all noticed that at the beginning of the video. I'm sure you did, but there was a little bit of redness here, and it did a good job. I mean, it's still concealed, but as far as the under eye area for me, not for the under eyes. So those are my thoughts on the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where I absolutely love to interact with you all. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.